it's Miles. Yes. Hello there. I've heard about what you're up to these days. You're traveling around on the Courageous gathering information, I believe? As a member of the guild, I'll be happy to do what I can to help. So don't you hesitate to call on me. We'd appreciate that. Well, seeing as you were kind enough to offer, you wouldn't have any interesting information for us, would you? Interesting? Well, how about this? As I'm sure you can imagine, the Noble Alliance have wrested control of the country's major towns and cities, but lately there have been a number of people who started forming small resistance groups and opposing them. Resistance groups? You don't mean... Supposedly, they've been standing up to the army's tyranny and supporting those who are being oppressed. And while this is just my instincts talking, I can't help but wonder whether they might be people you know. That definitely could be. You wouldn't happen to know where any of those people were, would you? Well, considering they've gone this long without being caught, I'd say they're moving from place to place. Your best chance of running into them might be to explore relatively quiet highways. That makes sense. Thank you, Miles. Let's file that nugget away at the back of our minds. Alright, so Miles didn't really have any good information for us. I do have a couple things I want to do before I go into the hotel. Because I went and I got the weapons, but I didn't have George customize them. Alright, so those are all the ones I can do right now. And I want to go fish because, you know, fishing gives you stuffs. And then we'll go to the hotel. And I went down. I always go down this side for some reason. I have no idea why I keep doing that. Alright, so fishing is over here.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
There's Lohengrin Castle off in the distance. Oh, I can't fish. Damn. I haven't fished here. Oh, there's the kids. Man, Lord Arsade's so darn cool. I'm gonna be just like him when I grow up. And you can take that to the bank. Just watch me. I think I might have finally seen the Viscount, at least. That's who everyone says I saw. He was super cool. Carno and Julian both really look up to him. I can see why. That was the Radiant Blade Master, head of the Arsade School. I can't believe he's fighting right under the bad guys' noses all this time. He's way too cool. I want to be big and strong like him someday too. No, forget someday. I want to be like him right now. Alright, here's the hotel. Talk. Surprised to see Maria working here? She decided to start helping us out. I tried to tell her it was unnecessary, but she was very insistent, so I ended up giving her the go-ahead. She's really been a big help, though. With all the people stopping here as they flee from combat in the west, more hands on deck come in handy. Alright, so he has just that food. I thought it said... cargo. I'll tell you at the inn in Legram. It's not this guy. No. Waiting for fools told them knives to sold us in that battleship and the Chancellor Osborne were still alive, things would be playing out differently right now. Very differently indeed. Alright. So, oh, here he is. How did I miss that? Sniffle. Sob. Hatiri! You're Kago, right? Machias's, friend? I know you put in a request for help, but what are you doing all the way out here in Legram? Did something happen? What'd you think happened? A bunch of noble soldiers came busting into the Ost district, and that got us real salty, so we gave them some of the old bang bang kapow. And then they got mad at us and turned the tables. They wouldn't give up either. But then Parody Parody. Damn it. If I parsed that correctly, it sounds like he really needs our help with something. And I guess, I said parody. Patiri is in trouble. That's about all I got too. We should try and get him to calm down a little so he can explain things before it's too late. Maybe bringing Machias with us would help. I mean, they are friends, of a sort. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Let's go back to the Courageous and get him. Oh, man. Those damn soldiers getting all big for their boots, thinking they were so tough. They deserved the kapow we gave them. I didn't think they'd be so stubborn, though. Or that Patiri would... God damn it. Well, he's still crying. I guess we won't be able to get anything else out of him while he's like this. Allow me to translate. The patrolling soldier's arrogance irritated him and Patiri greatly. In response, they tried setting traps for them using boxes and drum cans in an effort to drive them away. Naturally, this did not go according to plan, as anyone with half a brain would expect. Good old Machias. Machias? The hell are you doing here? I don't need a dork like you to help me sort this out. I can do it just fine on my own. Of course, I can tell from the tears streaming down your face that you're off to a flying start. Machias, I have no idea how you turned what he just said into what you just said, but I'm impressed. Unfortunately for me, I've had to put up with the two of them for a long time now. You pick some things up after a while. I'm fairly sure I know how the rest of this story goes too. When the traps failed to have their intended effect, the soldiers gave chase. As they ran, Cargo and Patiri lost sight of one another, which led to their current quandary. Yeah, that's right. We were running from him, but then Patiri told me to go on ahead. We were supposed to meet up here, but she still hasn't shown. Sniffle. Patiri! Well, at least we finally gotten to the bottom of what happened. Could this mean that soldiers did capture her after all? It wouldn't be a surprise with how heavily guarded the capital is. I hope she's alright. I'd save your concern. Those two always defy expectations. Don't take a word they say at face value. Well, what's that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean, Machias? Cargo, we should make a few things clear. You two definitely specified Legram as the town to meet up in, correct? That's what I said, didn't I? I mean, we were kind of panicking at the time with the soldiers chasing us and all, but Patiri took a map and pointed right at the part where Legram is. She said we were meeting at a tiny little place in the boonies, where no soldiers would ever care enough to find us. Maybe you shouldn't talk about the town like that right in front of all its residents. Especially when they're being nice enough to let you stay here for free. Way to show your appreciation. Well, he isn't wrong, technically. And speaking as a resident, I don't find such an apt description offensive. Still, if they had a map, I can't imagine we're dealing with any sort of misunderstanding. Neither can I. They're both Erebonians, so it's not likely that they'd end up in different towns. One more question, Cargo. Were you both on the same side of the map when you were doing this? Or were you on opposite sides, facing one another? Yeah, we were facing each other. So what? Have you worked something out, Machias? I think so. When they agreed on their destination, one of them was looking at the map upside down. I doubt she ever mentioned Legram. She probably pointed to the part of the map that said here. They probably didn't even realize how much of a misunderstanding it would cause. It does sound plausible. Still, if that's the case, then Patiri's gone off into an entirely different town. We should look for a town that fits her description and is on the opposite side of the capital from Legram. Good thing we have the Courageous. Okay, we're off to find Patiri. Any objections, Cargo? Did you work something out? What are you wasting your time here for then? If you find her, let me know right away. You better. Promise. We will. Just stay away from me. You're getting snot everywhere. Badass and danger started. Okay. So we are going to have to go to the Courageous, but I think there was also one of our students here. And so I want to see if I can find that student. So let's find out and see what is going on. And I'm not sure why I can't log into that right now. I'll just have to do it a different way. Okay. So let's do it this way. All right. Here we go. Okay. So I think part 2, find our first years. Monica, Mint, Casper, and Vivi. So I have to... Nobody else is down here. And there's only one person in here. I can only take so much of my parents at any given time, so I thought I'd come up here and read a book or something. It seemed like a great idea until I realized this is the only book I own. I've read it like 20 times. I won't go for a walk or something. Why did we come to Legram to sightsee after all, when we first came here forever ago? Alright. So I've got to check. Oh, I went backwards. I don't think she's with these people, but we're gonna check. So I heard Lord Arsaid trusted you with the Courageous, did he? Since it's the property of the Imperial family, the Alliance will have to carefully weigh how they act toward it. It ought to prove a powerful asset to your cause. It seems Lord Arsaid thought so, so put it to good use. We were so relieved to see Lord Arsaid safe and well. Life may be more difficult here now than it was, but we'll get by. Lord Arsaid is out there fighting for us. The mists have dissipated somewhat, and above all, I'm here with my family. As long as I have them, I can get through anything life throws at me. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Have you heard? Lord Arsaid came to Legram. He didn't stay for long, sadly, but being able to see him again in person and hearing he's doing well is more than I could have ever hoped for. I hope that he knows he has nothing to worry about. We'll all throw our weight behind protecting Legram in his absence. Okay. So there's just her. Nobody upstairs. I want to say she was in the church, but I'm not 100% positive, so I just want to cruise through the other side of the shop. Alright, I think this is town she was in the church. One of them had somebody in the church. Aha, it was this one. Here she is. Oh, you're back. Hey again, Vivi. No updates on Lindy's whereabouts since we last saw you, huh? Not yet, at least. I've prayed for her to be okay more times than I can count. I even started watering the plants here for extra Idios brownie points. And they're still not doing very well. I'm useless, both as a gardening club member and as a human being. But I guess it's always been like this. I'm only ever able to do anything because I've got Lindy. And now that I don't... Look at Feet's got wings. This isn't you. Feet? You're the kind of person who loves causing trouble and pulling pranks on everyone. Like Edel, me, Lindy, even Reed sometimes. You skip classes and even your club meetings. Pretend to be Lindy to embarrass her and anyone who gets involved. But in the end, you always leave everyone with a smile on their face. Works with the flowers too. They always look so happy whenever you take care of them. So sitting here alone, Praying for someone to solve your problems for you isn't you. Nobody would be able to stop the Vivi I know from running out and finding Lindy herself. Bee's right. As it so happens, we're flying the Courageous all over Erebonia now. I can't guarantee you'll find her, but if you come with us, there's a chance you'll hear something about where she might be. What do you say? Are you willing to lend us a hand? You guys, of course I will. I don't know what's gotten into me lately, but if anyone should go out there and hunt her down, it's gotta be me. Sisters need to look out for each other, right? Bingo! Welcome to the team, Vivi. Thanks. You're awfully lucky. It's not every day Erebona's loveliest lady joins a ragtag band of adventurers like you. I love these waves. Vivi was welcomed on board. Alright, so... we got cargo, so we gotta go figure out where Pateria is. And we found Vivi, so we have... why does it still say Vivi? Oh, there it goes. Okay, we found Vivi. Alright, so this was it for this town, as far as I remember. Oh, they said we can just hit this and then start. Return to the Courageous. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so I'm just standing here, and this is our computer. Check quests. So those are the ones we were working on. Student information. Monica. Yep, she's the one that was at Gorelia. And she was at the Watchtower. We found... he's in Legram? Alright, so I was right. There were two in one city. Quarry Nord. Gorelli Byroad. Alright, so let's... okay. Organized party. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. B. Here we go.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go back to Legram.
Leave it to me.
Because Casper is somewhere in this town. Alright, so I was in the Bracer Guild, but I didn't go upstairs. Did I? No, I didn't go upstairs. Hell, the stairs are gone. I checked out house, those places. I was in the hotel. I was in the store. I went in the church. Because I didn't go everywhere in the church. He's in the training hall. That was, well, along the next stops. I brought some food for the students here to eat while they train, but Fritz is the only one here. What should I do? I mean, I probably shouldn't get in the way of his training, should I? Of course not. He's busy concentrating. Awkward laugh ensues. Alright, so he's not in here. He might be in one of these rooms then. Let's see. Yep, the one on the right. There he is. Oh, hey guys. Nice to see you managed to find all your Class 7 buddies in the end ring. Thanks, I'm pretty happy about that too. How have things been going on your end? Still doing alright? So far, so good. I'd like to think I'm making myself useful here in the training hall, doing whatever I can. Not that that's much, though. I'm basically just taking care of weapon maintenance and porting more when necessary. It sounds useful to me. Allow me to thank you on behalf of everyone here. There's a little more helpful than a properly maintained blade. Speaking of helping out, actually, Reen told Casper that they were looking for fellow Thor students to fight with them aboard the Courageous. Me? On the Courageous? Well, I'd love to, but... Hey, quick question. Could you use the Courageous to fly over to the west? I mean, theoretically, sure. We could use it to fly anywhere. That's not part of the area we're responsible for, though. We were told to focus all our efforts on the east side of Erebonia. Yeah, that makes sense. I just figured I might be able to go and see how my family was doing over there. That's all. Oh, I forgot that you came from a town near the shore over there. I can hardly blame you for being worried. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm staying here in Legram for now. I'm hoping I'll get the chance to head out there and check on them myself. Alright, that makes sense. I wonder if we can find out for ourselves whether they're safe or not. He might be more inclined to come with us if he hears that his family's safe. I don't want to be a downer, but how are we going to figure that out? I mean, we might get some news from radio or newspaper, maybe? Radio is not really an option right now, but I can think of one newspaper that wouldn't be hard to get our hands on. Maybe we should pick up a copy from somewhere. So we go back to the store. And pick up a copy of the Imperial Chronicle, I presume. It's the only newspaper that I'm aware of. Shop. Buy. Issue 4. And I'm saving up more money for weapons, so I've got a bunch of food right now. Alright, so let's go up here. Now, I probably have to actually look at it like I did in I think it was Brayhead? No, not Brayhead, it was Keldic, I think. Wrong tab. Imperial Chronicle, Issue 4. Noble Alliance dominates in the west. Excellent news has come in from the Western Front, stating that the Noble Alliance was overwhelmingly victorious in their recent battle and has forced the former Imperial Army to retreat significantly. This marks the landmark achievement in the Alliance's ongoing efforts to put a stop to the rebels. The Army's Press Information Center has issued a statement that half of the former Imperial Army forces in the West have been extinguished, and those that remain are on the run. Thanks to our brave souls in the West, the Empire's return to glory appears to be closer than ever. The ferocious week-long battle. The battle started with the former Imperial Army, which amassed a force of over 300 heavily armored tanks and plunged the nearby area into chaos. The elite Leguin and Bardius armies sent out to rout them, and at noon on December 6th, the battle finally began. It was clear from the beginning that General Leguin and Brigadier General Bardius had the advantage, stunning both fiend and foe alike with their indomitable strength. Realizing the odds were against them, the rebels tried all manner of cowardly tricks and stalling tactics to prolong the battle, leading to it dragging out for an entire week. What brought their futile resistance to an end was a pincer attack mounted by the two armies. The military press office reports that this was not originally planned, but they were able to work together in near-perfect harmony, eventually doing away with those among the rebel forces. Perhaps what stands out most about their latest achievement is how little damage the two armies sustained. It's difficult not to be awed by the sheer skill demonstrated, and personally speaking, I'm eager to hear more about their magnificent exploits in the future. The Azure Knight astounds all. The Noble Alliance's elite Azure Knight also took part in the battle. Reports note its appearance in particularly difficult battles, as it deftly turned them around in the Alliance's favor. All details regarding remain classified, but eyewitnesses suggest its capabilities are so out of this world that it brought to the mind the great knights of Erebonian legend. with General Legram, Brigadier General Bardius, and the Azure Knight fighting on the same side, it's plain the Noble Alliance's overwhelming victory as anything other than an inevitability. The end is in sight. With the battle over and 3 more cities subjugated as a result, the moment we citizens of Erebonia have been waiting for is soon approaching. The Noble Alliance's ever-decisive victory is near. Reports suggest that the battle initially began near the coast in the Lamare province, but as a result of the rebels retreating, it primarily took place farther inland. While the number of refugees unfortunately kept growing over the course of the battle, the height of danger never reached any densely populated areas, and as such, civilian casualties are currently thought to be minor. Society conflict near the Twin Dragons Bridge. The lengthy conflict between the Croatian province Avri and the 4th Armored Division seems to be showing no signs of letting up. The Armored Division was known as the strongest division of the former Imperial Army, but due to their continued resistance and refusal to stand down, the Provincial Army has had no choice but to label them as a rebel army, raising tensions to a new high in the area. The Armored Division is also refusing to end its unlawful occupation of Zender Gate to the north, and has yet to respond to repeated requests to disarm. Between these 2 divisions, it's likely that, in a state of confusion, will remain in eastern Erebonia for some time to come. 2 more pages. Wow. I know we got the part we already probably needed, was that part about everyone being okay, but there have recently been reports that say the Imperial government has reopened negotiations with Crossbell. One government source suggests Crossbell's actions were cowardly and unforgivable, but that does not preclude us from negotiating with them. The demands in these negotiations are likely to include withdrawing the state's independence declaration, dismantling the Crossbell Defense Force, and unfreezing Erebonian assets held by the International Bank of Crossbell. However, Crossbell's crimes are still fresh in the minds of Erebonia's citizens, and I think I speak for everyone in praying that the government will lead the negotiations with a firm hand. Courageous's whereabouts is still unknown. The Imperial family's cruiser, the Courageous, remains unseen since the outbreak of war. Reports have suggested that the airship... I did not mean to do that. That the airship is currently being used by a private group for an undisclosed purpose, but the Imperial family has been keen to remind the public that its current duties are in no way official, which may suggest that those on board are guilty of no less than treason against the state. The Noble Alliance is urging any citizens with information on the ship's whereabouts to come forward. Alright. Hopefully, that is enough to get this kid to get on the airship. Oh, come on. There's got to be something in here that can tell us how Casper's family's doing. Flip. Right here. This part. What brings you back here? Casper, hear me out. I know you're worried about things back home, but I think chances are good that your family's just fine. Seriously? What makes you think that? Check out the 6th and 7th pages. Reen gave Casper the Imperial Chronicle. The Chronicle? I haven't read one of these in a while. I've been trying, or too busy worrying, actually. And there we go. If I'd known they were gonna, say, go to the 6th and the 7th pages. 6 is what we read, yes. No way, it's actually talking about the coast. And this, we're not exactly able to check on the situation firsthand, so we can't say for sure. But, hydrate. Hang on. Okay. And we've got stretch. Oh, this chair's even squeakier than my other one. It is very comfortable. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, it says that while the battle started near the coast, most of it took place farther inland. That's kept civilian casualties. That's kept civilian casualties to a minimum. Oh, my nose. If we assume that this is honest reporting, I'd say it's unlikely that your home or your family were harmed. Wouldn't you agree? Sounds like That area dodged a bullet. It's secondhand evidence, and you can't trust the media nowadays, but it's better than nothing, right? Oh man, thank goodness. I can't thank you guys enough for bringing this to me. I've been worried sick about everyone for so long now that this is a massive weight off my shoulders. I can see the relief in your face. But at least now I don't feel quite as much of a need to get over to the west to check up on everyone. So, you got me. I'll join you guys on the Courageous and help out however I can. Welcome aboard. Let's fight for our families together. You bet. Alright, we got Casper. Turn to the Courageous. So now the question is, when I look around the ship the next time, where are those guys working? Dunno. Let's see. Student information. So again, we know we have to go to Guerrilla and stuff for a couple of people. Settings. Oh. That's interesting. Show flight, skip flight. I like seeing the flight, actually. Change Toa's costume. Toa's casuals. Well then. I wasn't expecting that. Toa's glasses. Rimless glasses? No. 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 Oh no. Ah! Nose glasses? Oh my god, really? A monocle, yes. It goes with her hat. We'll give her a monocle. We're gonna remove glasses. That's ridiculous. Return. And her accessories. Angel set. Striped kitty set. I like Toa with the wings too. Ride along Mishet? Yes. Alright, I know that's weird, but... Alright, so we had student information. Alright. And... Quick save. And... Notebook. Part 3. Without leave. Yeah, so we need to look for the town we think that Batiri's in, and we need to go here, and that's also where our first years are. So let's talk to Toa in her pretty new outfit.